Chinese foot binding. Alright, so foot binding has been practiced on women for over 1,000 years. Okay? So there's a little girl. So when the girl was about 4 to 7 years old, they started the process of binding their feet together. So as you can see, this girl's young, and how it began, they took their feet and they soaked them in herbs and animal blood to make them nice and soft so you can eventually start to mold it. Then her 4 small toes would be broken and bent. So they would just constantly break them and bend them so that, her feet would then have been tightly bound with a bandage 10 feet long and 2 inches wide. So they're just tying it really tight with this bandage, and it was tightened every single day, and it made her foot smaller and smaller. And there's her tiny feet. So the process took over 2 years to make, complete. So look at those feet. And the pain never stopped. You still felt it. It's not like it went away. And there it is, because the ball of your foot is still there. Everything else bends down onto it. So it's not a great feeling. But this was practiced for over 1,000 years. So it was an attempt to stop the foot from growing. So they didn't want their feet to keep growing. They wanted these nice, tiny feet. And it also kept women weak and dominated by men. So the woman didn't have good feet. She couldn't, try to control the man. And it was a way to get a husband. They thought it was beautiful. They thought that they looked beautiful by having these tiny feet. So, and it was a way to improve a poor person's status. You did this, it made you look like you were rich. It was thought to have been started by an empress who was born with clubbed feet. So here she is, she was born, she had clubbed feet, and she wanted it to be mandatory so that everybody's feet were the same so that her feet would be considered beautiful. So it can cause gangrene, blood poisoning, and cut off your blood circulation. So there are painful effects to this. The toes that were originally broken never really heal because the girl constantly walks on them. So usually when you get a broken bone, you're able to fix them. And 15% of the girls who had their feet bound actually died from it. Because like I said, they were never able to actually heal, so it was just constantly broken. And here's some more pictures of it. As I was saying about the make you look a little richer, they thought that if your feet were bound, it meant that you didn't have to work, so therefore you had money. So is it worth it? I don't know. But this is an old ancient Chinese tradition, foot binding.